He's begging me to be his first girlfriend. What are your thoughts? I, 22F, met this guy, 26M, on Match about 6 months ago and have been chatting on and off for some time now. I put that in quotes because every time he says something to me, it's sexual. For example, he'd tell me he want to fuck me. Or if anyone has ever told me how pretty my cat face was. He'd also tell me that he wishes that I was his. Lately he's been begging me to be his girlfriend as he's never been in a relationship before. I have also never been in a serious relationship before. I wouldn't mind being in a relationship with him if he asked me normal questions. And I'm actually not attracted to him physically, but I was hoping that maybe if I got to know the kind of person he was, I'd be more interested in him. Too long did not read. He's begging me to be in a relationship with him. He doesn't want a relationship with you as a person. He's interested in anyone with female anatomy. Don't be that person. You're worth more than your anatomy. Find someone who is actually interested in the whole you, not you as a sex object. Please don't seek out a relationship until you do some research on red flags. This is a huge red flag. You don't want to date a guy who speaks to you like this. He's begging me to be his first girlfriend. What are your thoughts? He's a creep. Block him, this will only get worse. Dude, why? Why are you even thinking about this or even still talking to him? This guy has more red flags than a CCP parade. Not only does he sound uninterested in you as a person, which is not a reflection on you, nothing that you've written suggests that you have any existing interest in him so far. I'm sure there are other guys you might have some actual interest in. Or even just the potential for someone you're over the moon about. I would focus on him instead. If the interest is one-sided, you're not obligated to spend time giving this any more chances. In my experience, when you've found something really outstanding, you don't have to peel back so many layers of distastefulness to see it. Pass. He's not trying to get to know you as a person right now. He's just objectifying you. Look for a match that sees you as a whole person first. Why do you want a relationship with him? Lol. Maybe if you got to know him you'd like him. Really? You've already got to know him and his personality is putting you off. And you also aren't attracted to him. So what's the point? Why force yourself to like him just to be in a relationship? You don't need to settle. Find what you want instead of wasting your own time. I met someone similar to this, but we went out on a blind date. This guy was very handsy. When he asked me out again I said, no, because you weren't a gentleman, and I told him exactly why. He called again a few months later and had evidently taken what I said to heart and begged for a second chance. So, I gave him one. He was a perfect gentleman. We didn't end up working out, but I think he learned that his initial behavior was a big turnoff. Perhaps you should kindly let him know that if he wants a girlfriend he shouldn't be so sexual with a woman he hasn't even met. Okay, let's recap. He only wants sex, and you aren't even sexually attracted to him. So 1, you're not attracted to him. 2, he doesn't talk like a normal human being. 3, all he talks about is sex. Why are you even considering this? Just by you stating, begging, that's a warning sign. That's a big no-go, girl. Block him. And I'm actually not attracted to him physically, but I was hoping that maybe if I got to know the kind of person he was I'd be more interested in him. You should become someone's girlfriend when you're already attracted to that person, not the other way around. Yeah, I would pass on this. Someone who can't hold a conversation, that doesn't resort to suggestive sexual comments etc. that are one-sided, mostly initiated by them, turns me off. Also, if you aren't physically attracted to them, you may struggle when they want to jump to be physically intimate while you hope you can become physically attracted to them. It just sounds like a bad idea all around. Girl, just know, if you aren't feeling attracted it never gets better. You should really want to be with this person. This man is nasty and quite creepy. Do you really want to stoop that low? I think you deserve someone who respects you. You aren't attracted to him and you don't like him being a fucking weirdo pervert, which is all he does. What makes you want to be in a relationship with him? Block his ass and move on. What are you waiting for if you want him to completely change his personality and appearance? Stop talking to the guy. There's plenty of guys out there that can hold a conversation. It's tough, but be brave and talk to them rather than settle for this ham that's looking at you for all the wrong reasons. I don't think he honestly wants to be in a relationship with you. He is just lonely, horny, etc., and you are the person that is giving him attention. He has no idea how to relate to a potential romantic partner as a real person, and it shows. I feel bad for the guy. I'm sure a big part of all that is just inexperience and loneliness. But at the same time it's not your responsibility to deal with that or fix it. Gross, don't do anything he tries to pressure you to do. He's unhealthy and you're clearly uncomfortable. You can do better. Find a guy who you feel comfortable with and then start there. This guy has a million red flags. You're uncomfortable because he's sexually harassing you, you don't even like him, but you still want to try to make it work just because he might be interested in you. I'm not shaming you, but please look somewhere else for attention, this guy is so not worth it. There's enough of an age difference here for me to say, yeah, there's probably a reason no one's ever dated him before. Yo, this is a super red flag. There is nothing normal about this. There is a reason he has never been in a relationship before. At 26 there is a reason he has to beg someone to be his girlfriend, and these questions he asks is a red flags and probably the reason he has to beg. He seems like a creep who should not be in a relationship, and does not have the skills to navigate a healthy relationship. Begging. Pathetic. Get with someone who's not a horrible creep. Laughing my ass off BBY. No, this is not a relationship. This is a creep on the internet who thinks having a girlfriend means having unlimited access to her body whenever he wants. Please do not date him, you can do significant other much better. Consent equals enthusiastic yes. He just wants action. I am confused as to why you are into this. It's obviously he's a horny creep. This isn't normal. Usually the sexual things have a little more mystique to them too, like he would compliment other things before hinting at the sexual things. Besides, at 26 if he hasn't dated anyone yet there's more than likely a reason for it. Girls his age see his behavior for what it is. Someone else said it perfectly, someone who likes you would be courting you, not begging you. Sounds like the reason he's asking for a relationship is because he thinks it'll lead to sex since his come-ons aren't working. This guy sounds like a desperate creep. You can do better. He makes you uncomfortable and you don't find him attractive. Don't date him. This will not end well. The world is full of perfectly nice people who you will find attractive and who won't make you feel uncomfortable. Date them. This whole post is a red flag. Do not date this person. He needs lots of help and growth. Get away from him. He sounds crappy. Hanging out with friends is a better use of your time. You're 22, any guy begging you is an idiot. Absolutely not. He has no respect for you. This creeps me out, and I'm a dude. Nope the F out of there, he wants to bang, not a relationship. He's telling you who he is. Listen. Don't settle for this guy, chances are he's just looking for sex. Why would you want to be in a relationship with a guy you're not physically attracted to? Yes, those feelings can develop over time, but it seems like a poor foot to start on. You can do better. Yeah, this is a hard no. You're not physically attracted and that's the entirety of what he sees in you. You definitely should have the mindsets of at least a handful of actual dates before a relationship is established. That way you can see if the chemistry is sustainable as you get to know each other. Never settle, it's not fair for both of you, especially you. There's a reason why he's never been in a relationship before. I'd run if I were you and block him everywhere. He's not worth the hassle of a first date, let alone a relationship. Dude is looking for a FWB or casual type situation. Anybody who was interested in being in a relationship would actually put some effort into getting to know you. There is absolutely nothing wrong with casual situations. But acting like he wants to be in a relationship with you just to get in your pants is definitely the exact type of person you want to avoid. Or, everybody on Reddit's favorite terminology, a huge red flag. I would just move on to the next person. Especially if you are not attracted to him, and are possibly looking for a real relationship. It is pretty easy to see why he hasn't been in a relationship, if that is how he talks to every new woman he meets. Your posts basically describes how much you don't want to be with him. Listen to yourself. You need to end this ASAP for both your sake and his. Seeing him any longer is leading him on to further believe you're into him when you are not. This is creepy on so many levels. I imagine the conversation to be like this. Him, how was your day? Her, it was good. How was yours? Him, I bet your day would be better with some vitamin D in you. Winky face. I've been with my wife for 20 years and I know she would laugh if I'd wrote that, but I don't unless we're joking back and forth. You can do better. He needs help. This is not how you talk to people. $20 he starts calling you nasty names when you say you aren't interested. You can do better. Get a person who sees you for who you are, not some sexual object. So you don't like his looks or the way he speaks to you, yet you would still consider dating this man. WTF. Sounds like you wouldn't mind having a boyfriend, but you don't want him for a boyfriend. It also sounds like he doesn't even care about you, he just wants a girlfriend. If someone is begging and you're not sure, it's a no. Block this creep. He's disgusting and only wants you for sex. Babe, you don't even like him, lol. No, don't fucking date him. You're very young still, so I know their pressure is on, but you really don't have to settle for any idiot assholes that make you feel like nothing more than a hole for some dude's wiener.